This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories.
Snooze.
All right, so
Live.
So BFFers, we are on episode 29.
I didn't know we will.
Yeah, that's okay. Who cares? We're on episode 29. And for those of you that have never joined us before, I'm Noelle.
I'm Diana.
And this is Life's Journey with Best Friends. We do want to rename it to Talk Shit with Diana and Noelle, but
Shit talk.
Shit talk.
Shit talking with Noelle and Diana. Diana and Noelle. Whatever.
And we have, and we haven't.
We are shit talkers.
We are shit talkers. And we haven't been together in the same room doing this in a while because of the holidays and weather, and this
Sickness.
one's been sick for like
Finally.
oh my gosh, I know your
I
voice
still
sounds normal.
sound a little
little, but
not-
like not like you were. So
no, not like last week.
Yeah. And some of our kids moved out, so we actually have a studio now. We're gonna get this all together, so you'll see us together more often, which I know everyone is excited for.
Which I am as well.
I know, me too. What's Jim cooking for dinner?
Pork chops.
All
And
right.
apple chops. That's what we're having. Pork chops and applesauce.
Perfect. Sounds
I asked
good.
him if he wanted to cook them on the grill, and he said, "Fuck that.
Fuck that. It's way too
It's cold out."
Oh my gosh, it's so cold out. It's awful.
House husband Jim is cooking them inside.
Nice. Well, he's got a job. He's not a house husband.
No. Yep, he's got a job.
Yep, that's good. All right, so let's get to it.
We have a whole bunch of stories.
Yeah,
I found so many good things to talk about.
I don't even think I don't have anything for my weight loss journey. I'm still waiting for my damn shot, whatever.
Well, for me, I have been taking a break from the shot because I just wanted to get healthy. I think I said that last week.
Yeah.
So I mean, I haven't gained any weight. I'm like 150,
that's awesome.
Somewhere around there.
But that's great that you haven't gained. So good for you.
So I'm good.
No, awesome. I still don't like getting older. This was awful. The other day, I was in my kitchen and I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was like, wow, yeah, I probably have like 25 more years to go. And then I'm like, Noelle, why are you saying that? Who's to say you're going to die when you're 80? No, seriously. I was like, fucking 25 years. That's
nothing.
Right?
I know. I think about that all the time.
I don't. So I was like blowing myself away. I was like, stop it. Yeah, it's whatever. So, that was my like...
It's quick. It's going to go quick.
It is, because I think about that, like how long Dave and I have been together. And I'm like, that went by so fast, and this is like double that. And
this is my 25th anniversary.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh my
25
gosh.
years we've been married.
Wow.
I know. Woo, woo.
Praise Jim. No.
Praise me. You're on my side.
I am on your side. That's why I'm praising him. No, kidding.
Thanks.
So what were you going to say when I said about the aging ungracefully?
I just feel like you posted a blurb on our Facebook site about I'm getting old.
Oh, yeah, once you hit your 50s, the light comes on and everything just fucking falls apart.
Right, just get ready.
Yeah.
Because, I always thought my mother or my father would be like, ugh, when they got up from the couch and they kind of limp a little bit until they go, and I'm like, I am never going to get like that. I'm never going to be, and I'm there.
It's awful. Yeah. And I try to catch myself.
See things now, and I
never
thought I'd be old, but I am.
Well, and I always thought I'm never going to act like that. That was my biggest thing. I'm like, I know shit's going to happen, but I'm never going to act like that. I'm never going to say, oh, I'm older. I'm never going to say, help me or whatever.
I used to be able to play with the kids, sit on the floor. We'd, like, in the summer, we'd go outside, draw in chalk in the driveway. I do that now. I'm crippled. I can't get up. And it's only been a couple years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, the kids, Mace and Bree are like, lie down, Nana. We want to trace you. I'm like, I'm not. I can't get back up.
Well, I realized if you don't use it, you definitely lose it.
Yeah.
And it's more often. It's not like, before you're like, oh, whatever, I could, wait a month or two and get back into shit. No, you don't move for 2 days. You decide, I'm going to sit on the couch this weekend and watch movies. Oh my gosh, Sunday night my ass hurts so bad. Like, do I have sciatica? Like, I don't understand.
No, I've just been a couch potato.
Yeah, right. And it's just, it's awful.
Yeah,
Awful.
I don't. The aging thing is just it's killing me.
Yeah.
And I notice now I have so many wrinkles. I don't like it.
Well, that's because you've lost weight.
I'm gonna go Botox.
And I know you did it before.
I know,
but that's
I'm
why
gonna do
you've
it
lost
again.
weight. Your face has gotten so much thinner.
Oh my god, I have such wrinkles. I have a picture of Jim and I from South Carolina.
Yeah, he sent it to me, and I thought it was a good picture.
No, I'll show you the other one. And I was like, oh, so old.
And I was like, yeah, that one. I think that's a good picture.
Oh, can you see it? Sorry, I'll send it to
Julie.
Julie.
Do this behind it like everyone else does. I don't know what that does. I'm kidding. You know when they show something and they do this?
I feel like I look so old in it.
The face looks skinny.
The wrinkles. I'm going to go Botox once I make some money.
All right, there you go. You did it once.
Yep, it doesn't hurt.
No, I know you liked it.
I did pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I was happy to do it, so...
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't do it for the wedding. But you didn't need it.
It was a lot of money.
I can imagine.
That's why I didn't do it for the wedding.
Well, you should have a party. Maybe you'll get it cheaper. And you'll get other people to do it.
You know, you can do that.
I know, you were the one that told me that.
Yeah, I got to look into a Botox
Maybe
party.
I would do it here.
I need it. I need it here.
I don't need it right.
And then I was talking to my dermatologist because I just went for a skin checkup in December, and I have these saggies here, and I said, "Oh, I need some Botox." She goes, "No, that's filler."
No, please don't do that. You look like all those other people.
No,
they all look alike.
I just need it to be like this.
Well, maybe don't do fillers.
I got the saggy skin.
You look like those. I feel like they look like cats.
No, that's because they do the facelift. I think.
No, which one they all get this?
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see.
All right, well, whatever.
I know.
Take it from your ass and put it in there.
I'd love to.
Right?
Oh, my belly.
Why can't you?
Wouldn't that be great?
You know how much money I could make with this, given this to people?
You and me both. You want some fat? Yeah. Sure. Here you go. All righty.
All right, so let's talk. Which first story do we want to talk about?
So let's update the Kansas City story.
All right.
I printed a couple things off so we could kind of read it, and you can read it. And this story still just flabbergasts me that the guy that owns the house isn't arrested, and that they don't think there's foul play.
No, they still don't think it is foul play. The families are in a complete uproar.
How could you not be?
The
fucking guy was in his house with 3 dead people in his yard.
Right.
So
supposedly he was in his house for 48 hours and
sleeping with a fan on and headphones.
And that makes me think that there was drugs involved because he was sleeping off a hangover. Whether it's drug induced or
coming
whatever.
down from something.
Right. And that would make sense, you know, that completely makes sense to me. And he has come out and said that people are, he did move out of the house.
Yes, he moved out right away. And that's suspicious to me too.
Well, he was also saying that people have been threatening him and they're making all the, wait, let me just make it. So over the weekend, I watched something on Netflix that you recommended to me, which was
American Nightmare.
That
was great. Did we need to talk about that?
So that part of me, as I was watching that, the girl, I don't remember anyone's names, but
me neither.
The girl, I was like, I'm not sure if I believe her or not.
Or even him, because he was so... Yes, my girlfriend was just just kidnapped.
Right.
And they said, and they're like, why are you calling now? You know what I mean? The way he was like monotone.
But what we understand is that he was drugged. Okay. So through that whole thing, I never believed them. And all of the shit that the police were saying, and it was all over the news.
And it shows you how corrupt cops are.
That's kind of what I'm not thinking about corrupt cops, but I'm thinking about the same thing here. Like, oh my gosh, like, maybe he didn't do it. And it's just all so fucked up.
I was like, well, maybe because she had some trauma in her life. So I thought...
I didn't understand when they said... women that have gone through sexual trauma sometimes try to redo. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you don't.
I know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
I would never relive that ever again.
Why would you want to?
I don't.
Right? I know.
Yeah, I was
But
like, ugh.
I thought, well, she's been through some trauma. Maybe she just needed a break and left. And just
Yes.
you know how some people say, "Oh, I was kidnapped," and then they investigate, and then it ends up they were
Yes.
just running away.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I thought about that story.
Right, but in taking that and bringing it back to this
Kansas
guy,
City
I
one.
understand that, why he would have left. So looking at it on his end, if he really is innocent, and unfortunately, in our world, you are guilty
First, before innocent.
and it's not supposed to be that way. But yeah, so everyone's looking at him as guilty, which if that was my child, I would look at him and say he is guilty.
Where there's smoke,
not him, but I mean,
where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
And this is so suspicious.
It is.
That yes, he said he slept for 48 hours. The fucking guy's cars are still at your house. How is that normal?
Yeah, I don't know.
How are you not like, oh, damn. Hey, Joe, your car's still here. Everything okay? How did you get home?
Right. Yeah, and then I've been reading several articles, and one of them mentioned that he has a dog, and I thought to myself, well, the dog would have to go outside and go to the bathroom. But then as I read further into the article, the dog is usually at his parents' house. So I'm like, okay. So if you don't read all of it, you're going to get all of these different things that really don't make any sense. And
that's what we're getting, bits and pieces,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What the media chooses to give us, which is making us so suspicious of this man.
Right. And
you feel bad for the other family.
Of course.
The families.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And he's saying that, he's like, I lost 3 of my friends. He didn't even go to the funerals because he was devastated, and also because
the families would have killed him.
I'm sure. Absolutely.
But they're also now coming out and saying there's another friend. So there were 5 of them.
Yes.
He left early and luckily made it home.
Right. So he left, said all 4 of them were watching
Jeopardy or something. And
so I don't understand why a toxicology report isn't back yet. I know it takes a long time.
But don't you rush it?
You would think in this situation, especially as much in the public eye as it is.
I know.
So I don't know, but so we'll keep you updated on what, like my husband's sending me stuff every day. Dave's constantly sending me like, oh, this article and this article, just because it's just so out there and so bizarre.
Right. And so they're not 100% saying it was drugs and alcohol, but it was 33 degrees out at that time.
Mm-hmm.
How long does that take?
So,
and they couldn't knock on his door, or they couldn't run to the neighbor. This is what I don't understand. They're 3 grown fucking ass adults.
So I believe drugs were involved, or a poison or something.
Because I just don't understand why they couldn't get out of that yard.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? I need the full story, and it's making me crazy that they're not telling us yet. So
yeah, and especially where they're saying that he's not even a suspect.
Have we heard the autopsy report? Just the regular?
Nothing. Nope, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Because why haven't we gotten that report?
I don't know.
Because that usually would say, oh, hypothermia. That's what they died of.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything.
No. So yeah, there's something weird going on there. I just
don't know. I want to, my heart breaks for the families because it's such a crazy story and a weird way for them to die. And, I don't know. I feel awful.
Yeah, no, I do too. Our next story is
closer to home.
You want me to do mine or yours?
Either or.
Okay.
They're both from your state of New Hampshire, so they're both fucked up. Let's do yours.
Okay. So there's this
I sent it to Noelle this morning because they were talking about it on the radio, and I was like, Noelle, this is the most fucked up thing I have ever heard.
So of course she sends me this article, and I went crazy. I went down the rabbit hole. Well, it turns out that there is this place called the Diaper Spa. Okay, let me just give you. So basically, what the owner of it is saying is that this is to treat people with trauma,
childhood trauma,
basically during the times when they were in diapers as little kids. So it's going to bring them back. They're going to reteach them how to deal with the trauma in their lives. I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. But because that's not what I get from this.
Do we know if this is a real doctor?
No, I don't. I haven't been
Just
able
curious.
to.
Okay.
I haven't had the time to figure it out, which I'm going to, because this is just crazy to me. So it's in the town that I live next to, which is even crazier because this town has a lot of money and it's
Oh really?
Oh my god.
It's a wealthy town.
It's a wealthy town. So it's called the Diaper Spa. So when I looked it up, I was like, what the hell is this? So it looks like it's run out of a house. It doesn't look like...
really? It's not like an office type.
No, it looks like a house. And so I went to the website and I looked at all the different, I'm not sure what they call them, but the things that are available to you.
The services.
The services, thank you.
You're welcome.
So one of them, it's a spa-like nursery experience for the little one inside of you, providing a warm, safe, and nurturing environment while you indulge in relaxation and self-care. It's a minimum session of 2 hours, and it's $300 an hour.
To do what?
I don't know, because...
You know what I mean? Like, what are they... You have to pay $600 for them to treat you like a baby.
And it doesn't say anything about, a doctor for therapy or anything like that. There's no discussion about that at all whatsoever on the website. Like, even another service is called a virtual play date. So
why do you need a virtual? Why can't...
Wait a minute. Why is it called a play date? So I know that there's a fetish out there for people with diapers.
Right.
And they're called littles and bigs. Yeah. Right. So I don't know a lot about it, but I know enough that
they walk around with diapers and pacifiers and bottles.
Yeah, and they actually have shown, there's pictures on the website of the rooms. So one of them, it looks like it would be a changing table, but it's actually a massage table. And then another thing that looks like it's a high chair, and it looks like just a wooden big bar chair. And I'm just like...
Let's go back to the changing table. Can you imagine if you work there, you get an adult that comes in a diaper, and you have to wipe their ass? First of all, I wouldn't want to shit in a diaper. Again, shit talk, because it always comes up in our podcast. But
it's not your fetish. This is my whole thing. This is a fetish, and I know this is a fetish, and this woman is saying that it's not, and she's trying to put in her request for LLC again. It's been on hold.
LLC meaning it's a business?
It's a business.
Okay.
And she's a doc, but it doesn't say she's a doctor. So
that's what I was wondering, because I saw that it said you can ask the doc, and I'm like, why does it say doc and not doctor?
Because it's almost like the others. There's another town next to us, which is everywhere. The massage places that have the
happy endings.
Yeah, and they have the bags over the windows.
Yeah, we have 3 of them in Woburn.
Yeah, we have one. Well, we don't have any in my town, but next to us we do. You clearly know that's what this is, but it's high end, and it's geared towards this fetish. It's...
I bet it is.
Oh,
no. But it's on the news. What? You know what I mean? Like, how did
she just got free press? So people that are interested in that
are now calling her up, and she's got all kinds of...
Oh, absolutely. Because I looked at her website. She got a lot of traffic today.
I immediately texted you and was like, you got to check this shit out.
And I'm just like, this floors me. This is like 10 minutes from my house. Of course, I found out where...
drive-by. No, I would love to drive by it. Or maybe we could sit outside and watch people go in and out.
No, I can't do that. I would just be... I would be hysterical.
Big baby Huey diaper and a bonnet and pacifier. That's all I can think of.
That's what they look like. Haven't you ever watched any of those shows?
Yeah.
And everyone's got their thing. I know people have their thing about feet.
But this is not a good thing.
It's not. It's in a...
You're acting like an infant. Do they have someone feed them if they're sitting in the high chair?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess I don't understand it, and I don't want to make fun of anybody.
No. But I've heard of it. I've seen it, but this is now like reality, like, holy crap.
This is fucked up that they have
Yeah.
a place for them to
And
go.
it was on
and
the
they're not
news.
hiding it.
No. And it was on the news. And someone had posted on Facebook, they're like, oh, imagine
Is there a
having
Facebook site?
No. It was someone took the
news clipping?
Yeah, and posted it and was like, oh my gosh, imagine taking the trash out in that place. Oh, I wouldn't want to.
Do they have a gigantic diaper genie? Big sausage diapers.
Gosh, imagine. Do you remember that day?
Oh my.
Oh, what happened there?
Someone came to visit us. Yes, I do remember the diaper genie, and I threw it out because it was no different than throwing your diaper in the trash.
No, it just was all keeping it together and made sausage links.
And it smelled.
It was awful. Yeah.
Stupidest invention they ever had, and they all made us. We all fell for it.
Yeah, we did. Well, maybe they have a big one, then they're gonna turn it.
Oh God, I don't know.
So I don't know. That was just the bizarre story of the week. There's
been a lot of bizarre stories, and it's fucking Tuesday.
Right. Yeah. Oh, so the other story from New Hampshire, Diana.
Oh my God. So again, I heard this on the news. So you know when you think you're having a bad day, so this poor woman falls in a dumpster. Okay, at I think her apartment building.
Yeah, it was her apartment building.
So yes, that's a bad day. But it only gets worse because it was the day the dumpster got emptied. So
this would be something that happened to me.
It would actually. So the poor woman is stuck in the dumpster. It gets emptied, and she's screaming. The trash truck compressed itself 4 times.
4 times, yeah.
She's lucky she wasn't killed.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, but I guess they must have cameras inside or at the rear of the truck, or I don't know, but the driver was looking in his camera this morning around 12:30 and noticed that there was someone in his truck.
So first of all, how do you fall into now? If
See, this is what I mean. I don't understand this either. Was she dumpster diving?
Well, she said she fell in. Now she was 60 years old, so she's not that old.
Right.
She's 60 years old. She does live there, so she's not homeless. Because my first thought was, I know homeless people go in them because
they wanted to get food and shit.
Well, and also in the winter, it's warmer. It's warmer, and then plus food is rotting, and that creates heat. So I have heard of that before. But no, she said she fell in. So I've lived in an apartment building where we've had dumpsters. They're tall. How the fuck do you fall in?
I don't know. That's what I said. So when you're throwing your trash in, you just you heave it in. So she must have seen something in there or was looking for something.
Yeah, absolutely. And that it was embarrassed that she fell in.
Right.
But when she heard the truck pull up, why was she not waving or banging?
I don't know. Again, I don't understand.
They said she was a little incoherent. They couldn't understand her. So maybe she was fucked up, and that's why she fell in.
Yeah, drunk or whatever. But they said they found her. The truck driver said if he hadn't seen her on the camera, the truck would have compacted several more times. He said that she was pulled from the belly of the trash truck within 20 to 30 minutes.
Can you even imagine?
She was conscious and alert, but she had serious injuries.
Yeah, but she's going to survive. But think of being that person. I'm claustrophobic. I can't even imagine being in that situation.
So they're saying actually that she had been dumped into the truck from the dumpster at a previous stop. So he didn't actually see her till the next stop.
It's not funny, but Jesus, really?
I don't understand how that happened. I feel like you definitely were climbing to get, maybe she drops her cell phone in there.
But why wouldn't she say that? Why would she say I fell in?
From her, have we?
No, we haven't. As far as just a little bit that I've read, because I'm sure something more will come out. But she is going to survive.
Hopefully they're going to interview her because I need to know. I do. I need to know what the fuck you were doing.
We need to just let people know. Diana needs to know the answers. Please go fucking find the answers for her.
I need. So these 2 stories
She needs to know.
I need to know how they died and why they didn't knock on somebody else's door and escape. I need to know why this lady was in the dumpster and what she was doing in there, and then why she didn't stand up and be like, I'm fucking in here.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean.
She had to have been.
There had to be something. Maybe she
had a medical condition.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love to know how the fuck she got in the dumpster.
Right. I don't get it. They're tall.
We have them at the ice cream store.
Yeah.
I can barely throw the trash in it.
And think about the size that would be for
an apartment complex. They're pretty good size.
Yeah, even if there's several of them, they're still big enough. Yeah. How the fuck?
I can hardly lift the cover over. You know the cover that's on it?
Yeah. Because it's so big. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To swing it over.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What is happening with this world? Why are we going crazy?
I don't know. End of times? I'm not sure.
I'm nervous. I just have all kinds of questions.
That is our brain dump. That's our fixation for the week.
Crazy stories are my fixation.
Yeah.
I do. Let's go back to the topic of American Night. What was it? American Nightmare?
Let me look. Yeah, American Nightmare.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody has seen this series on Netflix, but it's really good. It's fucked up, of course, because that's why I like it. And it's about a young couple that were in bed sleeping and fucking someone broke in their house. They drugged him with NyQuil.
And something else. They made them drink it. Yeah.
Yep. And stole the girl.
Yeah.
They duct taped the guy.
Zip tied his hands.
Yep.
And they had them put
goggles. Blacked out goggles.
Yeah, swimming goggles, which was really interesting. I mean,
the guy was a Harvard graduate that did it.
Yeah. So,
but they ended up. I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but
she just did.
I know. I'm sorry, but you know they caught the guy. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil any of it, but you need to watch it because it's so. The story that they tell about when she was kidnapped is so fucked up that you're like, it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was just so far-fetched. You're like, you made this up. Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was absolutely crazy. And that's why.
And then as you watch it, and the detective that pieced it together she was
amazing.
Because the men detectives, sorry, I'm not bashing, didn't believe the story.
No.
And they didn't want to believe the story, and they didn't investigate.
Right.
And it kept happening.
Yes. And that was the fucked up crazy thing.
And this ties me into the Boston serial killer.
Oh, the Smile. What is he called?
I don't know, but he kills like men.
Yeah.
And throws them in the ocean, and they just found another body.
Well, and they also in the river. Yeah. And there's always supposed to be supposedly a smiley face. Somewhere. But
I'm convinced there's a serial killer in Boston.
Yeah. It's been going on for a while.
Rears its ugly head every so often, but the police say no.
Yeah. Well, of course, they're not going to raise that.
But it's always like young men who left somewhere by themselves, who are probably intoxicated.
Yep. What is going on? Does anyone else see that?
We have visitors.
And we're not at my house. Mm-hmm. So it's not Adam.
So I don't know. That's something interesting. I don't know if you BFFers follow any of that. But
yeah, if you do, if you know anything about the Smiley murders, let us know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
If you Google it, you'll come up like Boston serial killers drowning, I think, or something. There's so much information out there that will tell you all about it.
Yeah.
If you have sons, make sure you tell them never to go by themselves anywhere.
I know, we always tell our daughters that, but make sure you tell your sons too.
Because it's out there.
Yeah, they're not, it doesn't matter your sex. It does not matter at all. No. People are crazy.
Yep, and if you're intoxicated, you just never know.
No, you don't.
And again, that story, all they did was tell us there was a body. You haven't heard
nothing. No.
A peep about who it was, how old, male or female. No. They didn't really even say that. They kind of just dropped the story. And that makes me think it was a man.
That could be. Although sometimes,
I feel like I have devil horn. sticking out of my head.
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes it could be a case of suicide or something
Yeah,
else.
no, it
But
could be, but usually it has in it lately.
well, and especially if their person has been with friends, it's just so often that they're with friends, they're out drinking,
And then they get separated
and
for
then
some
they're going
reason.
home. Or yeah, exactly. Yeah, it happens too often to dismiss it as just
Yeah.
an
And you know
accident.
what's so funny? It's been in a lull for a while too.
Mhm.
And I feel like it goes peaks and valleys, because it happens they find a few and then it dies down. And then they find a body and then it dies down.
Kind of sounds like all the movies that we've ever watched or the docuseries. It's like,
No,
they
really,
go through
they
those
like right.
stages. Yeah,
I find it very interesting.
yeah, it is. It's a little crazy.
BFFers, let us know about those stories that we just told you. What do you think? Do you have any crazy stories you'd like to add? Send us an email and we will talk about them. I find it fascinating. Fascinating. So
Definitely. All right. So our tidbit for this week is
wait a minute.
What?
You gotta do it.
Oh, sorry. Tidbit. So our tidbit for this week. Actually,
we juniors going into senior year.
Yeah, it was the summer before our senior year, and we went
with
down
our CYO group,
and we went down on a bus. I think
to Florida.
I think there were two
Remember
buses.
the bathroom broke?
Oh gosh! So there were so many.
The priest was afraid to fly, so we took buses down to Disney.
24 hours on a bus down. 24 hours.
It was fucking awful.
It was. Going down wasn't so bad
because you're excited.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was so.
We stopped at south of the border, which is no longer there.
No, right. I don't remember I didn't buy anything. I was just like, wow, there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, it was weird. I digress. But when we drove Jason down to school on the way home, we were driving home, and I'm like, come on, we got to stop at south of the border. That brings back memories. It hadn't changed since we went. And we ate in the restaurant, and I was actually kind of scared because
of diarrhea.
No. It was so old and decrepit looking. It was and the waitress was like 85.
Oh, she probably made it on edge.
Jim goes, I think she's been here since the start of the restaurant. But it was gross and smelly and old. But they had a lot of trinkety things.
Yeah,
like
they all that crap.
Okay, sorry. So
no,
anyways,
that's okay.
So we're driving down.
Yeah, so we get down there. It wasn't so bad. The going down.
We shared a hotel room with Mary and Alicia. That was fun.
Yeah, it was very fun. I mean, there was one point we went to Wet and Wild, and
it was 100 and something. Do you remember? We had we were
watching the temperature go 99, 100, 101.
Yep.
And I remember, oh my gosh,
I had a red bathing suit. I have that picture of us.
I thought yes, and I loved that bathing suit on you. I absolutely loved it. But I remember after taking a shower and getting out of the shower, and I had dried my shoulders off, and I was like, why am I still wet? They were bubbles.
I remember that for you. I don't think I had bubbles.
No, because you tanned really,
but
really
I remember you were like a lobster.
Yes, and Alicia got her ears were burnt and stuff. So, I mean, a bunch of things happened. Someone liked this.
There was chaperones on that trip because they wouldn't let you leave remember?
At night. Yeah, we couldn't leave because we were it was like a motel outside. You could just walk outside and go into the parking lot. So, yeah. I do remember that. But
we went to Disney for a couple days. And at that time, was there Epcot?
Epcot had just opened.
I don't remember going to Epcot. I just remember going to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, all we did was Magic Kingdom. We didn't even go on a ton of rides. We just kind of hung out and walked around and looked at all the cute boys and did all that stuff. And
we had fun.
We did. We had a great time. I absolutely loved it. But
there was an issue down there.
Yeah, there was.
So for some reason, and maybe because the park is always crowded, people on our trip, now we're with Catholic Youth Organization and priests, they decided to shoplift.
Yes. Yeah.
And they got bagged.
They did. And they got
A
arrested.
bunch of them.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them that did that. I don't know.
I don't remember how many.
We weren't friends with those people.
Yes, we were.
Shut up.
No, we
No,
weren't.
we
We weren't. We weren't.
But yeah, that was absolutely great.
And then we got back and they had to pull the parents aside and pulled them off to the side to tell them what had happened because there weren't cell phones.
No, exactly. But
oh, I'll never forget that. That was kind of crazy.
I remember driving back in the bus and everyone was kind of sleeping everywhere, like on the top where you're supposed to put your luggage and stuff.
There were people
up there. Oh, we all fucking hated each other.
Yeah,
by the end of
was too much.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous.
I should have flown back.
Princess.
I don't like. Oh, I mean the bus was. When did the toilet break on the way down? Remember the smell?
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
Was there shit running down?
Yeah,
I remember shit running, like water or whatever running.
I can't remember if it was going there or coming back. It was probably coming back because that was just awful coming back. I never went in that bathroom once the whole time.
I don't think I did either.
I mean, thank God they stopped so we could pee.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. Because I could hold my pee, right. And I never shit, so...
So you're good. She still didn't shit then either.
Right? So I didn't have to worry about it.
But yeah, I don't remember which way it was. But yes, it was a wicked fun trip.
And we were like 16 and we were like, woohoo!
Yeah.
Our parents, we don't have parents.
Nope.
We're in Florida.
It was
and
awesome.
You think we'd go like want to be hoodlums? We were just typical Noelle and Diana and did the goody things, like walked around Disney.
Right. The Hoop-de-Doo review. Yeah. We went to that and yeah, that was fun. But we didn't leave Magic Kingdom. They did have a park hopper to go to Epcot and we were like, oh, we don't want to go there.
I don't even remember that part of it. Yeah. I just remember I lost my camera.
I forgot
I put it down on like I was looking at something. It was one of those flat things.
The disc ones, right? With the 10 pictures.
And I put it down to go look at something and then
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I didn't have any pics.
We have some pictures from mine, but yeah. Oh, I didn't remember.
I was so sad. I always lose shit anyway, so.
Oh my gosh, I remember you losing money on the way to the mall. Remember the key ring you used to have?
Yes.
With all the keychains on it with one key.
I think I had that little blue pocketbook.
Yeah, we both had like matching little pocketbooks.
Yeah, and our keys would fit in there.
Yeah, but before we got those, you used to carry them in your pocket. And you lost your money, I remember going to the mall.
I don't remember that. Did we talk about Tidbit of us at the mall? That's a good story.
Which one? Like
how we used to go to Friendly's?
No. We would. Okay.
We'll save that for another time.
Okay. I'll add that to the list.
Noelle was fresh.
No, it wasn't. What do you... All right, no, we're talking about it now. What did I do?
You used to unscrew the salt shakers.
Yeah, it was me?
It was me.
Oh. No, that was Diana. I would never
You had to have done it.
never do anything like that. That would be because of you.
I don't know. But we were shits. Remember we were like, your grandmother or grandfather would come pick us up.
I remember I couldn't tell time for whatever reason, and I did.
Remember? You're like, oh, it's time to go, it's time to go. We still had like another hour.
Right, and they had just dropped us off. You were so mad at me.
I was?
Yes, because you had to go home. I don't remember doing the salt shakers. It had to be you. You were the bad one.
We used to unscrew them and put it back on. I used to do a lot of that when we were in Friendly's.
Yeah. I liked going into Friendly's instead of...
And we'd have French fries and fraps.
Yep.
It was fun.
It was fun because
Remember they had York Steakhouse there?
Yes, down at the very end.
And it was like a buffet.
Yeah. I don't think I had ever been in there.
I don't think I had either.
No, Friendly's was our thing because you could sit
What
in the
else
booth
did they have there?
There was McDonald's and there was a Burger King and Orange Julius.
I remember Orange Julius.
I can't remember what was across from...
Marshall's was down
there. Yeah, Marshall's was down that end.
Cherry Web.
Where Julie worked, yep.
Strawberries.
Bradley's.
Bradley's was the other end.
Yeah. Yeah, we lived there on the weekends.
Oh my God, and all we did was fucking walk around.
Yeah.
Oh, Spencer's.
Yeah, Spencer's, yep. Yep.
It wasn't a big mall.
No, I have a great story about Spencer's. So Julie and Chrissy and I went in there. We had to have been was either early freshman year or like after 8th grade, whatever.
Before me.
Yeah. And
BD.
BD, before Diana. And we're walking around, and Spencer's still does, but at the time they had all the adult toys, and we never knew what any of the. Well, I knew what they were. I don't know why I knew, but we never knew what they were. So we're walking around, and all of a sudden, like, Chrissy picks up this thing, and she's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Put that down." Julie looks at me, and she's like, "Is that what I think it is?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." And Chrissy's like, "I don't understand." I'm like, "It's a dildo. Put it down." So embarrassed. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Remember they used to have like crazy T-shirts in there too?
They still do. They have all that stuff because
so
my
funny.
kids used to love that store too. So.
Oh well.
All right, so it went from 1 tidbit to 3 tidbits.
I know. Sorry, we'll have to take that back so we can tell it next week.
No, leave it in there.
We should tell our viewers, our listeners, we don't have an episode next week.
No episode next week. We're skipping next week
to go to live.
We're gonna go live.
I'm scared.
I know, I am too. On February 14th, we're going to have a Galentine's Day. And it's going to be a live episode on Facebook. So
if no one shows up,
then we just do what
record it.
We're recording anyways.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're gonna play a game.
Couple games.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. You know, if you're just kind of hanging out, even though we're both married, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I fucking hate Valentine's Day.
Because they jacked the prices on everything. Yeah. It's like, no.
Well, and I was in the flower industry for years. I can't. I just
right. You get flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. PTSD for sure. So, all right. So, no show next week. So make sure you tune in on the 14th at 7 p.m.
We'll be live from our new studio.
Yeah, and you'll be able to message us and ask questions or laugh at us or whatever.
Send us comments and we'll mention you live.
Yeah, that'll be great. So, all right, we will see you then, BFFers.
Bye.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.